There we go. Stream is up.
It's down now.
Coming to you guys in just a minute. Got a very special guest for you. Make sure we got the Twitterverse in here too. Week 14, Raiders Vikings. Got the blackout weekend coming up. Big game day experience, this podcast and the party bus. Big shout out to Pacifico, Happy Dad, Woodson Whiskey. All three of them, man. You can't go wrong with any of the three. Happy Dad keeps you light, keeps you going. Different flavors. Pacifico, climbing up the ranks inside the stadium. Pacifico, the number 2 beer inside of Allegiant Stadium. And, of course, Woodson Whiskey, crafted by the GOAT. Shout out to you guys in the chat. If you guys are tuning in, drop where you're listening from. I see Fresno already in the building. Let's get this live stream going. What is up, Raider Nation? Coming to you live, Week 14, just ahead of Raiders and Vikings. Joining me for the first time, one-on-one, my guy, Mr. Fitz. What is up, dude?
What's up? Y'all know what it is. Raiders, bitch.
Let's get it. Man, it's vibes are always high within the fan base, no matter how the team's performing. There's still, no matter what, I mean, we're taking some losses. We got our wins in. We feel good. The little bit of turnover, it's rejuvenating. It's weird how the fan base reacts. I mean, we've been through the hard times. We've been through the losses. We've been through, a couple decades now of stress
Very
and
long
drama.
time.
Yeah, dude, just nonstop. But even with the superstars that are on the field, we're not getting the results we want. So I would definitely want to discuss that coming up. But Mr. Fitz, I want to talk to you just a little bit. Obviously, big TikTok guy.
Yep.
Now you're all social media guy. Podcast, YouTube now. Oos Nation, I see you over there with Samoan Raider doing your thing.
Yep.
How's that been going with social media, and what's coming up next with it?
It's all new for me. So for me, it's still a journey that I'm figuring out, but it's been fun, man. Hella fun.
There you go. What do you expect? I guess out of the Oos Nation podcast coming up in the future.
We got some big things lined up for the Oos Nation podcast.
You've had some good guests.
Yeah, we have. We got next. I can't announce it, but we got somebody big for you guys on Tuesday. So, but yeah, no, social media has been a blessing. I'm starting to get into acting, so we'll see where that goes. I don't want to jinx nothing. But
Yeah, I mean, you're quite the actor on social media.
I mean, all the shit I do with the skits and all that, it's all acting. So,
that's not actually you?
Oh no!
I thought I thought there was some hidden.
No, it's not me. It's just acting. I don't swing that way.
Dude, so something that obviously not everybody gets to see on social media all the time. I get to see it because I'm here in Vegas, but your music.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I know that was something that you're into in the past. You get back into it. You're finding your groove. I think you have a new little vibe that you're coming up with.
So, yeah, I do music. If y'all don't know, I got a Fuck Yo Team. It's a Raiders anthem, and then I also got a Raiders Bitch. I'm working on a mixtape right now called 80s Baby. It has nothing to do with football.
Okay.
But, you know what I mean? It's a West Coast type album. So.
Okay. I'm digging it. The last song you sent me before you released it.
The Raiders Bitch?
Yeah, it was a vibe.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. I got that old school West Coast feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like to say I sound like Mac 10 or Ice Cube, which that's who I listened to, growing up. So I was influenced by them. So that's where that comes from.
Gotcha. Last few years, obviously, this is something I can relate to too. Going from just being a fan of the team to then being like a fan that's creating content for other fans and then getting plugged in with other groups and clubs and just other fans, I guess, that are, notable within Raider Nation.
Yeah.
Now that you're in the thick of things, like you're neck deep in this, right?
Yeah.
Especially with what's going on in Vegas. Because Vegas has been, it's a city full of opportunities.
Yes, it is.
It's been, I think, great for the team and the organization as a whole, but that's opened up a lot for the fan base. How has your, I guess, point of view changed as just a fan now that you're just in the thick of it?
It's funny because back in the days being a fan, it wasn't nothing to it. Sundays, wake up, watch the games, football days. Nowadays, being involved with all the activities, the signings, shout out to those guys over there. Everything here in town, it's just crazy because when I'm out there, people treat me like I'm a celebrity. But I feel like I'm a normal guy, you know what I mean? So from being like last night, I just told you, last night at Walmart, some family and their kid, the mom walked up to me and was like, "Hey, can you please take a picture with my son?" And then she was telling me the only time she lets him say the B word is when it's with my slogan, Raiders, bitch. So, it's just a trip for me, you know what I mean? I'm still fairly new to all this shit.
Yeah. But you're pretty comfortable in it.
Yeah. I think I was destined for this.
There we go.
So I always told, growing up, I always told myself I was going to be famous at something.
Yeah.
So starting to pan out, you know what I mean? Manifestation is working.
Yeah, and it's as long as you're having fun doing it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to stick with it.
Yep.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to YouTube, Twitter. I'm collecting comments from both platforms, so make sure you guys drop in that chat, ask some questions. We're going to talk about the team as a whole, the state of whether it's the coaching staff, players, and I'll just go ahead and kick it off since we have Pro Bowl voting starting. I tweeted out a list of players that I expected, that should be close to making the Pro Bowl. I think I maybe listed like 9, which isn't going to happen. But
yeah.
I see us, getting a good 5 in there. Off top, who do you see making the Pro Bowl off this roster?
Max for sure.
Max,
Devontae for sure.
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is. I'm kind of worried.
Depends how he ends the year.
Depends how he ends the year
for
me. Another one that I want to see in there is actually Spillman. Or was it Spillman?
Yeah.
Spillman. Spillane. There we go.
Yeah.
The weird last name.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely got to be in there, bro. He's been killer all season. He's been doing the damn thing. So, who else? Carlson, AJ Cole.
So one thing with Carlson, I guess we'll backtrack to some of these players. For one, Carlson, that was one of the players that in my list was like, he's been trash this year. And
he's been dealing with the groin injury.
Been dealing with the injury. And that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit because he has been money. He has been clutch. He did have an announcer jinx.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The last game.
Was it the Chiefs?
Yes.
Before halftime.
Yeah. So you can't blame him for that.
You can't.
Once an announcer jinx happens, it's done, over with. Not his fault. Doesn't count. It shouldn't even be on the stat sheet.
Yep.
Overall, Carlson's a guy that I get it. Maybe Pro Bowl voting's based off the year. And if he is injured, maybe it will hurt his votes. And that's understood. Definitely hasn't been trash. So, yeah, if you agree, drop some Daniel Carlson love in the chat. Who else on defense? So we have Max Spillane. I'm gonna sit here and bang the table because he's my guy. But Nate Hobbs,
yeah,
missed some games, so that could hurt him.
Yeah, that could hurt him, but he's still in there.
When he's on the field, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, those are players that I want to vote for in the Pro Bowl.
Yep,
just an absolute dog.
He is. He's vicious, bro.
Safeties. I dropped in Marcus Epps because I saw an immediate impact from him at safety. The argument was they'd rather see Merrick over Epps as Pro Bowl votes. And that, to me, is a toss-up. And I can kind of see that.
Yeah, it's a toss-up for
But
sure.
I see a bigger impact with Marcus Epps coming in as a safety on this defense than Merrick. But I will agree that they're making a great duo. And if there's an argument for both, then let's ride.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Fuck it. Throw them in there.
Max Crosby, since we're talking about him as a Pro Bowler, dealing with this knee injury.
Oh, absolute dog, bro. I believe he was the first player to be doubtful the morning of and still play the game, right, in NFL history?
Yeah.
He is an absolute dog, bro.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That's because of the new rules that they have set in place, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no more questionable.
Yeah.
But no more probable, right, is the thing or something like that.
One of those.
Yeah, so I can see that. But Max Crosby, his mentality is not going to miss the game.
Yep.
I'm thinking, okay, little knee injury, little nagging knee injury. No big deal. He posted that picture after the game.
Bro, his knee looked jacked up.
Dude, I'm like, how'd you even get out of your socks? You got to be kidding me right now. So big shout out to Max. Max is obviously the anchor of our defense.
Yes.
We cannot talk about him enough. I'm sure everybody talks about Max Crosby enough.
Even the other teams do.
Even the other teams talk about him. The rest of the year, do you expect him to be missing some games, or do you think he fights through this dang knee injury?
I mean, we got to see what happens tomorrow. My whole thing is all the right teams could lose tomorrow, and we could win, and giving us another, hope, a little bit of hope or whatnot. So we just got to see, because if there's no shot at the playoffs, I say give the man a break. He's did the damn thing. So
shout out to the chat real quick. I see you, John Young, in there, first-time listener from Iowa. Appreciate you tuning in. Oak Las Vegas Network, shout out to my guy, Graf.
What
Appreciate
up,
you
Graf?
tuning in, man. He's dropping his list for guys that he thinks should make the Pro Bowl. Why don't you guys, the rest of the chat, anyone else tuning in, drop in there who you think, outside of maybe who we said, should make it or shouldn't make it out of who we said. SVT Vasquez says Carlson is on that Waller flow. Don't. Hey, he's playing through it.
Yeah.
He's playing through it. That's different. It was funny, whenever he left, there was obviously a little bit of drama within the fan base.
yeah,
I thought that we could have got a higher pick for him than what we did at the time.
I wanted Waller still.
Yeah,
honestly.
I did too. There's also a point to me where there's a good handful of guys already. We saw the repercussions of it that wanted out, and he was one of those guys that obviously I think before the trade deadline last year, his name was being thrown around.
Yeah.
So if you're him, you're like, dude, shit me out, dude. Don't even make me go through it anymore. So
He ended up on a worse team than us.
yes, and then for it to all come full circle, and then we go to have a matchup together, and him not be available for pretty much the same thing that we always gave him crap for.
Yeah.
Everything kind of seems to always work out in not the Raiders' favor, but that one at this time
Kind of did.
kind of did. Yeah, and I like what we're seeing out of Mayer. He's going to get some more playing time.
Oh, yeah,
because of
he
that.
is, definitely.
I see in there SinCal Grizzly Raider. Would it be a good idea to bring Jalen Richard back? Ooh.
Jalen Richard over Zeus?
I mean, yeah. Well, it's hard because obviously Zeus is listed as our number 2, but they don't really fit the role. Like Jalen wouldn't be taking anything from Zeus, right?
Yeah.
At this point, Jalen would come in and be the third down guy, which Josh has really stepped up as a blocking back just because he's had to.
Yeah.
But, we know from the 2016, 2017 years how many big third down plays where he picked up like a blitzing middle linebacker and was able to just
Run right through him.
dude, I mean, stuffed him right there in the pocket. It was amazing.
Yep.
I'm a big Jalen Richard guy. I'm probably just a little biased because I just love him as a person. Met him last year at one of our parties at Luminarium. Came through, hung out, took some pictures with the fans. Just real stand-up dude.
Yeah.
So, dude, he's got my vote. So, yeah, Grizzly Raider. Let's fire up the Jalen Richard train. Myers. That got thrown in the chat. Mayhem Raider. Myers, Pro Bowl season. Good role player.
Yeah.
Not Pro Bowler.
Yeah, not Pro Bowler. Not yet.
He had flashes,
He did.
but not consistent.
No.
Yeah, my fantasy team says otherwise.
Yeah, I didn't pick him up on my fantasy team.
None of the 9?
of them. None of them. Yeah, I mean, no. We'll see where he's at next year. Love the kid, he's a beast. We've seen glimpses of it, but we just got to see what he could do, consistently.
Yeah. Yeah. How about Marcus Peters?
Fuck him, bro. I'm glad he got cut.
Bro,
Did you see the reel? Somebody made a reel of like all his missed tackles. I was
Well,
dying.
no, the problem is though, half of them probably weren't even missed tackles. He just wasn't even trying to
He was
tackle.
just like, high five.
That was. It's like I don't want to trash on him or nothing because I was so hyped on him to get signed, and it's not that he was the player that I was afraid he was going to be, but he was.
Yeah.
It's like when he was good and in his prime, and he was quick and he was fast, he's able to make a ton of turnovers. You ignore all the bad corner play. You ignore when he's not making tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if you're averaging 5 to 8 interceptions a year, you're getting one every other game. We're gonna forget the times that you're not tackling the running back on the outside.
Shit. He was shit all year, bro.
Especially when we're playing teams like Kansas City, and that's where we drew the line. I think when we pulled him out, it was more so just the fit of the game because they were keeping everything within 5 yards, and they were forcing us to make a tackle. And if you're not going to make a tackle on him, then forget about it.
Yeah.
We'll put someone else in there that will. Because anyone else, put Jacory Bennett in there, he's going to go after it. Put a Meek in there.
Yep.
He's going to run through a wall to try and tackle a guy. So no on Marcus Peters.
No. Hell no. Hell no.
Oh, man. So Anthony Estrada is 2-11 in fantasy. Retire from fantasy. 2-11 is not good.
Horrible.
You and Power Raider.
Didn't Power Raider win again this week?
Probably. He beat me 2 weeks ago, but I don't care.
I heard he's on like a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a little too late to try to make a run for the playoffs.
It was right. He came into our group chat and was saying something, hey, it was Thanksgiving. He's like, happy Thanksgiving, y'all, except to those that beat me in fantasy. I'm like, well, dude, that's like everybody. And then that next weekend he beat me at fantasy.
That's funny.
Yeah, jinx, right?
Yep.
John Young is in there. I'm almost ready to nominate Mark Davis just for firing Mick Doofus.
Oh, that's a good one.
No. What Mark Davis isn't getting any flack now, obviously, because he cut Josh McDaniels. Fired him. He's paying for it. It came out pretty deep in him.
I think it was like $85 million
total with the GM, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Got to check.
And then
at least he's over, that part.
And then they have an agreement. They came to an agreement with Gruden. I can't imagine that he just straight cut the check right there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
I've heard he's still paying basically on that too.
Yep.
So going into this next year, do you think that factors into our head coach decision?
I would say if he's still paying Gruden, yeah. I mean, how do you feel about that? I'm all for keeping AP. Maybe get a new offensive coordinator.
I think him letting go of Bisaccia is going to factor in. And then we just had a big article come out from Hondo.
Yeah,
and that's actually a topic I kind of want to touch on a little bit too.
I didn't even see that topic.
Do you keep up with the beat writer beefs?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really either.
I don't know who to trust.
I mean, I just don't care. Like, it's hey, let's just put out some articles and keep it like that. Article put out a Hondo that that Bisaccia could be in the picture for head coach next year.
That would be crazy.
And maybe, maybe just based off vibes and things that he's hearing, could definitely be a possibility.
Or could it be doing this article for clicks?
Or it could be, hey, we were just talking about that,
right?
With who was the baseball player? $700 million, Ohtani.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it this morning.
Yeah, and they were talking about the Blue Jays and the misinformation there.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned right now, Raider fans, whenever it comes to beat writers and articles, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Not everything's going to be cemented in stone. Not everything's going to be true. But for me personally, I like reading different opinions because a lot of them can make sense.
Yeah.
A lot of ideas and rumors and things that are traveling through. Definitely love Hondo for the things that he's able to, I guess, manifest through conversation. He talks to a lot of different people. His ideas, I think, do align a lot with even where I'm thinking at the current state of the team. So Hondo doesn't just necessarily operate as a breaking news guy. He goes off a lot of feel and just conversation around the building and with staff members, players, whatever else is going on. And he puts together his own opinion. That's his style.
Yeah.
There's other beat writers that just want to break news. And from what we've seen from all the beat writers so far this year with the Raiders, no one's really breaking news.
Yeah.
Follow Rap Sheet. He's going to break it all. Listen to fans that like us that do it because we're going to talk about the same thing. Read your beat writer articles and form your own opinion. That's all I can say about that.
It's your God-given gift.
Yeah. Form your own opinion. Gave you a brain. Let's check up on the chat here. What do you guys think of quarterback J.J. McCarthy? I am on board. There's a good handful of – let's talk about Aiden O'Connell first before we get into rookie quarterbacks. Obviously, a bet was placed, and I'm now rocking a Aiden O'Connell mustache because of it.
I was going to ask you what's going on with the stash.
Yeah, it's a mess. You already know. You just wanted to put it out there. So I'm a big believer in Aiden O'Connell's development, but in the time being right now, when we have Devontae Adams, Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs in their prime – We can't hope that he's going to develop in the next 2 to 3 years because in 2 to 3 years, we might not have any of those guys.
Exactly. We need it now, bro.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily know that bringing in another rookie quarterback is going to do it, but a first-round talent that could come out and just hopefully light it on fire because there are those guys.
Let's gamble, bro.
Why not?
Look, for me, it was I actually talked with Samoan Raider on our episode, this last one. Murray, Cousins. They're both available next year. If you could, who would you take out of those two?
Cousins.
Cousins? I was going Murray.
I like Murray too, just because he's
Horrible
kind of a
shit
wildfire.
leader, you know what I mean? But
but we have the leaders in place.
Yes,
to let him
the
just go be
motherfucker
quarterback.
can throw, he can run, he can make shit happen. He's still a great quarterback. So I'm going with Murray on the offseason. We all see what he can do over there at Arizona. With this roster we have over here, fucking Murray is the man.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I don't think it takes much.
Yeah.
I mean, anything, obviously, Aiden O'Connell was an immediate upgrade still over Jimmy G.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Jimmy G?
Man, fuck him.
Anyways, so Aiden O'Connell, to me, it's just not going to get it done right now. Maybe down the future. Maybe down the road.
Future. But we don't have that time.
So then maybe we don't waste a first-round pick on a quarterback. I shouldn't say waste. Maybe we don't use our first-round pick on a quarterback.
We go get Murray. We use the first-round pick on some defense because we have a great defense right now. I feel like with a few hits in the draft, man, we could have a generational defense.
Yeah?
I think so.
I called our defense elite.
So I wouldn't say it's elite.
A couple weeks ago.
No way in hell. We're on that path,
we were top
though.
20, and to me, that felt elite.
Bro, you are
way
off.
We weren't bottom 10.
Yeah, but
which felt, it was new.
Yeah.
Hey, look, our defense is making stops. Our offense can't produce.
Yeah.
And our defense is still making stops. They're on the field
Way
60
more.
to 70% of the game, and they're still making stops. That's elite to me.
I think we're on the right path. We're going to be elite here soon. We go get Murray on the offseason.
Is there anything above elite, or is elite just like top tier? Can I say unstoppable or stoppable?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe godly. Godly defense.
Because I need something else in case the defense improves next year. I already deemed them elite this year.
Yeah. No, they're not elite yet. Not yet.
Honda said he feels like AP and Bo are going to get aggressive with Aiden and play calling on Sunday, and I'm here for it. Grizzly Raider coming in with that. We absolutely should. Because
I want to see him throw the ball downfield more.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed with Aiden, and he's a rookie. There's a difference between a rookie quarterback, no matter what level they're already on coming into the league, to like a 3 or 4 year veteran. Once you're getting in the weight room, once you're building that strength, they have a different zip on the ball. You don't see that zip on the ball from Aiden yet.
No.
But I still want to see him get it down the field. Why not? And stop going to Devontae after the first quarter.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, we'll first 2 drives, Devontae will be racking up, he'll have 2-3 first downs, he'll have 70 yards receiving, and then he just disappears. And there's no reason for that.
Yeah, you got Devontae, bro, and Mayer or whatever. I'm not Mayer.
Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
And now Renfro kind of even working his way back in there too.
Exactly. You should be dishing it out every other time to somebody, one of those 3. Keep them involved the whole game. So.
What do you expect out of the game tomorrow?
My score prediction for tomorrow is 22-17. Raiders with the dub.
22?
Yeah.
How'd you get 22?
It's a master number in numerology. I went with number 22, bro.
Okay.
I swear to God.
I feel it. I feel it.
So.
Yeah, so they, no, I could see it. They got a second touchdown. They went for 2.
Something. I don't know. It felt good to me. I'm going with that.
I like it.
This numerology shit has been on my mind a lot, so I went with the master number, 22 for us.
That's the master number?
That's one of the master. Yeah, 11, 22, and 33.
Okay, so 22-17?
Yeah, Raiders with the dub.
I think we take them a lot more. I think we score 30 tomorrow.
Think so?
Yeah.
I hope so.
You said 22-17?
Or maybe 33. Let me change that. 33-17.
Is that another master number?
That's another master number.
Okay.
Let's go 33-17.
Now, how'd you get 33?
It's a master number. Numerology, motherfucker.
Okay. I'm going to go 30-24.
30-24.
Any master numbers in there?
No. I mean, 24 is a building number, but we're not talking about numerology right now.
Not enough time.
So, yeah, that's a whole nother subject that could last hours for me.
So I see Iowa, Fresno in the chat. Drop where you guys are watching this from. I know Raider Nation is worldwide, nationwide. Raider Nation is almost an understatement as a title.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty much covering. Dude, some of the dopest Raider fans I've met, Germany, over the pond. You know, I mean, it's quite insane. What, give me your best interaction or your best first time meeting a fan here in Vegas.
Here in Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Some interesting fellas.
Here goes one. I met this dude and his wife And the dude loved me so much, supposedly, that he was like, "You can fuck my wife, bro." I swear to God. And I was like, first of all, you know, I don't want to be mean, but she wasn't my type, and she wasn't all that bad, you know what I mean? But that was pretty interesting. I actually told my wife about that shit when I got home. That's crazy, right?
Dude, that is insane.
Yeah. But I get a
So
lot
then that
of love,
was it?
bro.
That was the conversation? And
No,
and you're like, all right, see
I
you
was
later.
like, oh, you know, unfortunately, you know, I was being nice. I was like, I'm married.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, me too.
Even if she was bad, I wouldn't sleep with the bitch. You know what I mean? That's just not my swagger. You know what I mean? My wife's been down for me with the bad times. You know, when I went to prison and all that, she was always rocking with me. So at the end of the day, I'll never, you know, fuck around on my wife.
Yeah.
I've always, you know, so I'm not going to sleep with that dude's wife. Even though he's like, come on, bro, I fucking love you. I was like, what the fuck? I think he was drunk just talking out his ass.
Had to have been.
I was like, oh, I don't care how much.
And that was your first time meeting him?
Yeah, first time meeting him. I didn't even know the motherfucker. But he fed me good afterwards, you know what I mean?
Hey, Raider Nation's family, dude.
Yeah, he took me out. You know? Yeah, but I'm not sharing why with Raider Nation. I was like, it's all right, bro. That's floats your boat, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
That was pretty wild. And I swear to God, when I got home, I told my wife, and she was dying, bro.
Well, that's cool.
She was like, why didn't you sleep? I was like, shut the fuck up. Nah, she be giving me a hard time and shit.
John Young says that Garoppolo eats corn the long way. He's probably pretty good at it, too.
I believe it.
One bite. So, Watts Raider, well, we averaged 19 to 20 points a game. Yeah, we're working on that. We're hopeful, Watts. No. That's the only flaw I think that we have as Raider fans is we're always hopeful that everything's just going to all of a sudden turn around.
Tables are turning, and all of a sudden it keeps going in.
Wait, hold on.
Stop.
Let's see. Watching in from, we got Anthony Estrada from California. Let's see. How many years have we been talking about fixing this offensive line with the number one running back? Our offensive line is fool's gold. It's tough because we had that 2016 offensive line that carried over to 2017, kept being good. We had a building piece with Colton Miller that traveled along, and it just seemed like we were what, number one, number two spending an offensive line through those years.
Yep.
But we didn't really have the pieces around it to make anything of it.
Yep.
So now we're seeing the opposite, to where we're investing into our weapons and our defense.
Yeah.
Because at one point our offense was top 5 in contract money guaranteed per year. And now it's gotten to the point to where we see our defense improving because we're starting to bring in pieces there.
Yeah.
Offensive line is tough because how many dominant offensive lines are there in the NFL? 2, 3?
Maybe.
I mean, obviously the Eagles set the standard.
Yeah.
Which is a bunch of crap.
You got the Niners.
Got the Niners. Niners are just good in the trenches, period.
Yeah, fuck the Niners.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, booty gang.
Hopefully there's no Niner fans in the production studio.
Shout out to the cool fans out there that don't care about what I say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all those other crybaby ones, eat a dick.
I don't know. Illuminor didn't quite step up the way I thought.
Well, it's going to happen this year, right?
Yeah. Because he ended last year really great. Andre James kind of got thrown in at center.
Yeah.
And was rough to start with, but really developed into that.
Yep.
And when it comes to offensive guard, it's not really – we've invested money into him in the past. We had a lot of money tied into Gabe Jackson, Richie Incognito at one point.
Yep.
And although it was all fine and dandy for a little bit, it wasn't long-term. It wasn't a long-term solution. So sticking with big guys in the middle. Our offensive line, I'm not going to say is fool's gold just because they don't really have high expectations.
Yeah.
But they're not quite getting the job done. Also, it's hard to pin everything on the offensive line because I do see Aiden holding onto the ball for a long time, which that all comes. He's a rookie.
He's going to make those mistakes.
He's not a first-round rookie, so he has lower expectations anyways. Yeah. But the NFL speed, he hasn't caught up to it yet.
No.
It's just a little bit different for him. So I'd say be patient with the offensive line. We're getting some pieces in there. Didn't we bring Brandon Parker back?
Yeah, we did. Ago? We just brought him back. I believe he's on the roster.
Which I think is a great, swing tackle. He can play both. He's a good backup. A lot of people hate on him a little bit, but
yeah, no. He get love from the Usos.
There we go. Got some Arizona in here. Salute, gentlemen. I'll be in Vegas week 18. Is the blackout party still going on the night before? As of now, no. If anything changes, make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Blackout Division. But we will be running our game day party bus. I know
I'll be there tomorrow, right after church. It's crazy how that works out, though, because the church my family goes to is right across the street from Barcode Cody's.
There we go.
I was literally trying to figure this shit out for this weekend because we got to serve my kids and everybody's involved. So I was like, I'm going to hit up Cody and see if I can hop on the bus.
Yeah. You're like, go from this to...
Yeah. I'm going to run across the street, break the law with jaywalking, and then hop on the bus to go to the game right after church.
Yeah, give me some clucking fries to go.
All right. Best fries in Vegas, by the way.
But make sure you guys check out our party bus experience. We've ran it pretty much every weekend this year. To me, it was something that was going to be the best way for me to enjoy a football game. We opened up the doors to where any fan that wants to hop on can enjoy it. Blackoutdivision.com. We run the party bus from Barcode Burgers. We run a pregame. So, for example, tomorrow morning, I'm just going to give you guys a quick breakdown. We open up the doors of Barcode Burgers at 9 a.m. Go in there at 9 a.m. We sell all-you-can-drink packages. You can hang out. You can order food. Mingle with Raider fans. We get about 40 to 50 in there on the party bus. So, we're all hanging out in there in the morning. You can avoid – tailgates are just getting set up at 9 a.m. So, You're not going to go have fun at 9 a.m. Come pregame, cool local sports bar, great food.
Great food.
Great food. Great burger. I'm still
I'm going to try that burger next time.
Dude, the king. It's money. Load up on the bus about 10:30, tomorrow 11. Take that bus ride, good 20, 30 minutes, just all out hype. You're getting ready for a Raider game. You know how it is when you're heading to the stadium. It's a lot different when there's 40 of you on a party bus going crazy.
And I ain't going to lie. I haven't rode it this year. Tomorrow will be the first time. But last year, it's a vibe, bro. The party bus is a vibe at the end of the day.
Dude, it's so much fun.
Yeah. Especially when you win.
Especially when you win.
Right back, celebrate.
We've learned now. We've gotten to the point to where it's like it's so much fun. There's so much to be done throughout the whole day. We lose about half the bus by the end of the time. It's just like everyone's just like, dude, I'm going back. And I understand because it gets to the point for me, even at the end of the game, we throw an after party at the Winfield Club. Anyone that rides the party bus can go in the Winfield Club for an after party. And I get in there and I'm kind of like, yeah, all right, let's leave.
But tomorrow should be a different story. The Vikings suck ass. We should win tomorrow.
Josh Dobbs.
Fuck Josh Dobbs. Fuck Madison. Fuck. Fuck them all. We play them tomorrow. It's fuck them.
You can't be getting beat by doing no eyebrows.
I mean, yeah.
Smart freaking dude, though.
Yeah. But his game, the first couple games he looked good, but.
Well, that's why he hasn't been able to be a full-time quarterback in the NFL. Every single quarterback that's on an NFL roster is a very talented quarterback and obviously has the potential to be able to play on the field.
Yeah.
What separates him is things like with Josh Dobbs, he throws a pick. And the greats, you see the Tom Brady's, the Patrick Mahomes, the Aaron Rodgers, they're still out there slinging.
Yep.
They're still, able to throw 3 or 4 touchdowns by the end of that game. Josh Dobbs just can't make the transition. And I understand. I mean, hey, we're sitting on Aiden O'Connell, and it's kind of the same thing. I still think he goes out there and throws it, and we're going to see where his mentality shifts. But, yeah, that's to be determined.
Yep.
Let's plug it back into this chat. Fitz, what is the best lot to tailgate in on game days?
J-Lot, bro. Come on. I've been saying this. I've been a real big advocate on my podcast with this. J-Lot, if you are tailgating in Vegas and you're not in J-Lot, what the fuck are you doing? I don't care if you're in H-Lot, S-Lot, P-Lot.
B-Lot's pretty good. They're getting there, too.
Yeah,
not the same as J. So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
But if we want to be, not to say we want to be like Oakland, but if we want to have a vibe in an area, we need to all come together and come to J-Lot, bro.
Why not? There's still plenty of room.
Sell your tickets to your other lots. Bring your ass over to J-Lot. There's always tickets available in J-Lot.
There is.
Yeah.
They get kind of pricey depending on the weekends.
Yeah, the Raiders need to do something on that. It'd be like 120, 140, 150.
I've seen them at 175 before.
Yeah. I think last year when I bought for the Niners game.
Well, and then you pull up and it's like, you're spending 175 for a parking pass. And then you pull up and the parking lot's only half full. It's like, what is going on?
It's the MGM. They own a lot of the fucking spots.
Yeah. I also think that there's some season ticket holders that are locals that get the passes to J-Lot, and they don't park there. They use Spot Hero.
The hell's that?
It's like a parking app, and you get on there and it locates different parking lots wherever your event is that sell parking outside of the stadium.
Yeah, no. Bring your ass to J-Lot. And if you got J-Lot tickets and you're not selling them, fucking sell them to fans.
Or if you're not selling them, sitting on them, just give them to us.
Or, yeah, just give them to us. Don't sell it.
We'll give you a shout out.
Come on, man. Let's get this shit popping.
J-Lot's money, it's definitely grown. I mean, you have Black Hole's been in there, Oos Nation's in there.
Yes, sir.
Blackout's in there. Wrecking Crew's in there. Center Nation's in there. Yep. Lot J Tacos is in there.
Great tacos, by the way.
I mean, it's loaded with some of, I guess, the biggest Raider groups that know how to throw some of the best tailgates. Yeah. Lot J Tacos is money. I mean, that food is so good. Oh, yeah. We even got a taco guy that tags along with us. It's really good.
Oh, man. I'm hungry now.
And they cook them around on the spot. That's what I like about both these. Like the taco guy that's with us and then Lot J Tacos.
And they're diehard fans, too. So they be out there at all the functions fucking with us. So
yeah. A lot of talent within Raider Nation outside of just podcasting and content and things you see on social media. Yeah, pretty legit. We got a guy, I want to get him on the podcast at some point too. Kumo. Have you met Kumo?
Kumo, no.
No, Kumo is he's like a, dang near should be a celebrity dancer. He does choreographs, a bunch of music videos, things like that. He showed up, shout out to my guy Dom, showed up with him on one of the party buses, went to the tailgate, started busting out backflips and stuff.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah.
The backflip guy. That's right. Yeah, that's Kumo.
Okay.
And just diehard Raider fans just pull up and they're just like, yo, we're going to shut it down. I'm like,
I seen them in the parking lot too. In not the parking lot, but on the street after the game dancing, right?
Okay.
Was that the same one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
They're all over, dude. I mean, you'll see them up down the strip.
In the middle of the car lanes.
Yeah, that's probably them. They're like somersaulting. It's like gymnastics for them. Yeah, it's insane. I've seen them do it. It's like a little mosh pit. I mean, no bigger than this little area here. Yeah. Open it up, and I just see them like corkscrew a little backflip in there. Yeah, and I was just walking around, just chilling. I'm just like walking around a little huddle, and I kind of see him kind of dancing. All of a sudden, foot was like, whew. I was like, oh. Yeah, a little close. J-Lot Tailgate. If you guys are going to the game tomorrow, make sure you check it out. Fitz, anything? Throw something on you. You got anything on this current team right now that you want to talk about? Any players?
Any players? Anybody?
Drop in the chat too if you guys got any questions.
My whole big thing with tomorrow's game is AOC needs to do a little more. He's got to step it up, man. You know, I'm a big AOC advocate. I truly believe in the kid, but you got one of the best rosters in the game right now. He's got to step that shit up.
Yeah.
I'd rather see him throw 2 or 3 picks with 5 touchdowns than not do shit. You know what I mean?
No, I can see that.
Besides hand off the ball and step that shit up, bro.
And I can't tell if it's him. I mean, just like whoever it was that dropped in the comments about them opening up the offense for him. I think that's maybe what needs to happen because even our first 2 wins, that was based off a really dominant defense.
Yeah.
And we were just asking Aiden to do enough to not throw the game away in a sense, right? Like, don't put him in situations where he can create turnovers and shift the momentum.
Yeah.
And I still think we're stuck in that mode, and we're expecting the defense to make the plays. At some point, just let the kid rip it.
Let him do what he does, man. Let's see. Either he's going to have it or he's not.
Shout out to Jack Kinnan in the chat. I see you there. Those tacos and micheladas come in clutch. If I'm telling you, if Raider Nation can dial in 2 things, it's tacos and micheladas.
Yeah, I fuck with the micheladas.
Okay, we got AJ Cole, Carlson, Colton, Max, Hunter, Merrig, Ingold, Ruggs, Jacobs, Waller, Perryman. He brought in a ton of talent. So they're arguing right now about John Gruden and bringing in draft talent and free agents. I don't necessarily feel the need to talk too much about John Gruden and what he did. What's in the past is in the past.
Yeah.
We had our opportunities with him, and it's really unfortunate that I felt like once our team was finally picking up some steam, things happened, and NFL got him all the way up out of there. But I am looking forward to, since he was able to argue with the court, to be able to make it available to the public of his battle with the NFL.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, what he said is what he said. Obviously, no one's going to sit there and support what he said. But I do really want to know how that all happened.
Yeah.
And who knew about it, how long they held on to it, and how it got out.
Yeah.
And why. That was a rough year for us.
That was.
On to bigger and better things now. All I'm saying is Gruden deserves some credit. That's okay. He does. Shout out John Gruden. I agree, but we didn't. Yeah. Okay. I'm not getting in your guys' comment war. Looking at the rest of the season, We start with the Broncos week 1. We end with the Broncos week 18 now, right? 17 games, one
A
bye
lot
week.
has changed since then.
A ton. And whenever we opened up the season, I was sitting here thinking, okay, we're going to see where we were at to where we grew to.
Yeah.
I did not expect the Broncos to go from being trash like they've been
to actually being a potential playoff contender.
You see a possible playoff wild card spot coming down into play there, week 18?
The great thing is they lost last week.
Yes, that was big for us.
Hopefully they could lose again this week. And then hopefully by the end of the season, it could be like Chargers and Raiders in 2021. Remember that?
Yeah.
And where it's
that
one
was
of us.
The best game ever.
Best by far, bro.
So do you think we can see a replay of that?
Damn right, I think we could.
Starts by winning this weekend, of course.
So
and we got to see Kansas City again.
Yep.
We have the Chargers coming up next, Thursday.
Chargers, it's always 1-1 with them. And actually, not to mention, they've been shit this year.
I mean, they kind of always have been.
Yeah, but not this bad.
They're the roommates of the Rams. They're like the Clippers of the NFL. They're like the Angels of the baseball.
Angels. No, I'm just saying they've been actually like, look at they struggled against some of the shittiest teams this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Justin Herbert's fumbling games.
He's the most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
I
Social media quarterback is what
I actually give him the nickname. So for me and Justin Herbert, is I call him the next Drew Brees. I mean, the next Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
So he's the next Phillip Rivers.
I'm like, hopefully he's not the next Drew Brees.
The next Phillip Rivers. He's just good, but he ain't good enough.
At least he's not a crybaby like that, because I couldn't stand that about Rivers.
Yeah. So
a little bit.
I believe that the Raiders could see a shot with the Broncos at trying to make the playoffs, the wild card.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Dude, if we could replay that shot, winner gets in. Hi, how you doing? Go Raiders. If we can do a replay of winner gets into the playoffs with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Dude, the stadium would be nuts. But a lot of Denver fans would come down too. It's not too far for them. Jack Kenna, do you guys think we keep our GM?
Oh, by the way, if it was a scenario like that where they come down here, we got to be rude as fuck to the Denver Bronco fans, the Donkey fans.
Yeah.
They were horrible when we went out there. There was
you were there.
I was there for that game. That was one of the worst I'd say Philly's first and Denver second.
Luckily, we don't have serious beef with Philly, so it's fine.
Yeah. They were horrible, bro.
Why?
They were just in my, bro, there was a couple times I wanted to crack somebody in the face. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like this close, screaming in my face. Like, who the fuck are you? But some of them were throwing shit at us. You know what I mean? There was a lot of heat with the Bronco fans out there in Denver.
Okay, so if it comes down to it, Raider fans better step up.
I'm a dick, bro. I'm going to be out there advocating like, hey, payback's a bitch. Eat shit.
So, Champ Kelly, that's the topic right now. Do we think we keep him as GM? Chat, I want to hear your thoughts. Drop in there. Let's pair him up. I think if you keep the GM, you're keeping the head coach.
Yeah.
Antonio Pierce, Champ Kelly, keep him or drop him. Drop it in the chat.
I want to keep both of them.
Yeah.
I want to keep them.
Good relationship with the front office.
Yeah. Good relationship with the players. Everybody wants to play for, I say keep them both.
But we can't stick with the exact layout that we have this year. Obviously, there's still some of McDaniel's staff and Ziegler's staff in here.
Get them gone.
What's the biggest help that you think that they need on that coaching staff? Just say offensive coordinator.
Yeah, offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Facts.
Has to be.
It has to be.
Because we don't really have one right now.
Yeah.
We went from a quarterback coach or whatever now being elevated to offensive coordinator because of the head coach change.
Yeah.
McDaniels is basically a Gruden, but worse.
Way worse.
I can't wait till we get to the point where we don't even have to talk about McDaniels anymore.
He fucked up my whole last 2 years.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's to the point to where we'd probably still have Waller. He'd probably still be happy with us.
Derek Carr would, I give Derek Carr a lot of shit, but I still think we could have made the playoffs last year if McDaniels wasn't the coach.
I think that we'd be a better okay, I'm obviously a glorified Carr fan. Yeah. But hear me out. I haven't talked about him much at all. I was never really upset about us moving on from him until we got rid of McDaniels and saw that we were given the keys to the players. I would have loved to see Derek in a situation where he can kind of take the realm, grab Devontae, Hunter, Myers by the ear and say, all right, guys, This is how we're going to run it. Get their inputs. Run the offense that they know that they can run.
Yeah.
You're not getting any input right now from McConnell. He's still just going to be doing what he's told.
Facts.
And I don't know that, obviously we're talking about offensive coordinator. I don't think that's going to work. Everyone's laughing at Rivers in the chat about. Okay. So draft another good young quarterback, O-line and defense. We should be good.
Oh, man. We got the team now. We need to make shit happen now.
Yep. Offensive coach. They agree. OC, biggest need. Bro, if Carr was here, we would have done better than Jimmy G. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Jimmy G no more.
Yeah,
no more Jimmy G, no more Josh McDaniels.
Fuck all three of them.
One thing we'll pretty much close it out with this. Mark Davis. A lot of times the heat always comes down to owners. We've seen it with, they're calling out Carolina Panthers owner, Commanders. All these owners get called out whenever the team hasn't been producing for a while. Do you see that Mark Davis is still the best fit and the best owner for this franchise to turn it around?
Honestly, I don't give a fuck if he is or not. You know what I mean? That's just my honest
But it
opinion.
comes down to it a lot, right? Because one thing I've noticed about our front office and I've heard is that we don't have a lot of big football minds. They have everything dialed in from an administration standpoint. We can make this business run smooth. But when it comes to bringing in football guys, there wasn't much. When we had Mayock, he was the only football guy that was in there, and we were relying on Champ Kelly. Mark Davis has a lot of influence on this team.
I mean,
Do you have any complaints about him owning this team and moving forward the next 5-10 years?
He should have fired me dipshit a lot sooner than he did.
Should have never hired him.
Or you can say that.
That's okay. He's paying for it more than we are.
Way more.
Way more.
But I'm a fan. You know what I mean? I love my team. It doesn't matter what I think, what I say. He's the fucking owner. It is what it is. I really don't care if he sells the team. I've talked about this shit a lot. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
You don't care.
I don't care.
I got that.
You know what I mean? If anything, give me a piece of the team. You know what I'm saying, Mark Davis?
Then you'll care.
Then I'll care. You know what I mean? As of right now, no. Just fucking win. Just win, baby. That's it.
I feel it. I'm a big Mark Davis guy. He's going to catch flack. Everyone's going to make fun of his haircut. Everyone's going to talk about his girlfriends.
He actually changed his haircut.
Did he?
Though. Yeah.
That's good.
He's not rocking the bowl cut no more.
Okay.
I think Vegas got to him. You know what I'm saying? He came out here and got a little swagger.
At some point, you got to change it up.
Yeah.
Shout out to the team. Shout out to you guys for tuning in. If you guys are still watching, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. Get some likes on this video. We will be going live here again in the next couple weeks.
Next time we'll have some more Raider up on here.
Well, we'll see if he gets invited again. But hey, shout out to Mr. Fitz, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
First time. Raider Nation, Week 14, Raiders Vikings. Hopefully the next time you see us, it's after we beat the Vikings. Yep. And we got a back-to-back, so be ready for Thursday Night Football. Raider Nation, peace.
Raiders, bitch.